Malibu, California. I'm one particular annoying car geeks who got slightly shirty when Mitsubishi announced them to be recycling the Eclipse term for a compact crossover. Still, I figured when the 2018 Eclipse Cross showed an adequate amount of that all Mitsubishi handling magic, the same juju that made the Lancer Evolution among my favorite cars, I could be willing to provide it with a pass. For my quick take on the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, I ensured to take it into of my personal favorite curvy roads. How'd it do? SFX, sad trombone. There are a number of things to like in regards to the new Eclipse Cross, well, several, anyway, but its ride, handling, and overall driving experience will not be among them. This is really a shame for the reason that engine is quite good. For those unaware, the Eclipse Cross contains a new 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with 152 horsepower and 182 lb-ft of torque on tap, backed with a continuously variable automatic transmission and optionally followed by Mitsubishi's super all-wheel control all-wheel drive system. On paper it isn't that quick. Our colleagues on the Hall at Motor Trend timed it to 60 in 9 seconds, however it packs an outstanding, albeit noisy, mid-rev punch. No, it's the ride and handling that allow the Eclipse Cross down. I'd prefer to describe the Eclipse Cross ride as soft and floaty, but I can't. Floaty it's, but soft it isn't. It kicks hard over bumps small and big, our bodies resounding with clunking noises which are hallmarks of Q-Trait engineering. Steering feels no much better than the Outlander Sport I tested several months ago. Like its smaller, cheaper, and woefully outdated sibling, the Eclipse Cross wanders to and fro around the freeway while offering little steering feel within the curves. Several of my fellow riders were unsatisfied with body roll, but having pushed the Eclipse Cross as hard as I dared for the canyon roads of Malibu, I can confidently point out that body roll will be the least of that problems. The steering is lousy, grip is nearly laughably light, as well as the tires scream like Claris's lambs sometime before there's something to complain about. Hit a bump while you turn in as well as the Eclipse Cross will balance being a pogo stick during the entire corner. Hit a mid-corner bump and you also could well be seeking a change of underwear. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't expecting the Eclipse Cross to hold pace using a Porsche 911, but I did expect a good ride and a few modicum of composure if the pavement turns crappy. The Eclipse Cross delivers neither. It's fine on mirror-smooth pavement but a hot mess everywhere else. Does any one of this matter due to the Eclipse Cross market? Maybe not. But Automobile is undoubtedly an enthusiast publication. I'm an enthusiast. If you're watching this review, and I think there's a higher probability that you will be, it's likely you're an enthusiast likewise. And if you're hunting for a crossover that's rewarding their driving, you're better off which has a Mazda CX-5. Hell, you're better off which has a Honda CR-V. It's little fun, but no less than it doesn't go teats up if your pavement turns bumpy. All if this can be a shame, as if you take driving dynamics out on the mix, the Eclipse Cross has some serious potential. Styling-wise, I'm around the fence. The Eclipse Cross is much like an optical illusion, it looks wonderful from most angles but painfully awkward from some. Things are better about the inside, where Mitsubishi appears to have exorcised the cheap, tinny belief that afflicts smaller Outlander Sport. The seating position is a great one and, split rear window notwithstanding, it's simple enough to see from. Our top-of-the-line Celtester were built with a dual-pane sunroof with nice opaque blinds, but I was disappointed not to find out the Outlander Sport's wall-to all-glass roof. My biggest complaint in regards to the interior, and it's a biggie, could be the stereo. Like the awful unit found inside Honda Civic, the Eclipse Cross touchscreen stereo doesn't have any proper volume knob. Worst yet, the touch panel that controls volume and power has recently been positioned as far away from the driver as you possibly can. There are volume buttons about the steering wheel, but no mute button. Along with the touchscreen, the Eclipse Cross stereo carries a touchpad around the center console. Nevertheless, it isn't a real touchpad, it's even more of an overhyped left-right up-down button. This looks like an incredibly complex control system since Eclipse Cross can't be had, which has a built-in navigation system, relying instead on standard-fit Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity. That's all well and good. However, the advantage to a built-in product is that it works even if your cell phone doesn't have a coverage. You know, days gone by when you are lost inside middle of nowhere and might really use directions back in somewhere. As far being a crossover, the Eclipse Cross does a significant good job. The backseat is roomy, if you're bit stiffly padded, with decent head and legroom. It slides fore and aft to help you trade passenger space for cargo space or vice versa. This is usually a brilliant feature that I think every small crossover ought to have. The only trade-off is the fact that sliding the seats forward leaves a gap below the trunk floor, but I can accept that. One last feature worth mentioning would be the Eclipse Cross huge warranty. 5 years 60,000 miles bumper to bumper and several years or 100,000 miles of powertrain coverage. My experience is Mitsubishis are meant pretty well, our test car's intermittent tailgate rattle notwithstanding. Still, if you're on the 5-year credit repairing repayment schedule, it's nice to find out you won't need to foot expensive repair bills before you've paid the damn thing off. Mitsubishi dealers are getting to be rather difficult to find nowadays, but when you are able to unearth one, you'll find Eclipse Cross's listing beginning from $24,425. Aside on the small wheels which, no less than, are alloys, the camp model car doesn't look everything that basish. Our top-of-the-line cell tester, which included all-wheel drive, the Touring package, extra cost red diamond paint, and some accessories, listed for $32,310. That's below you'd buy a loaded Mazda CX-5, Honda CR-V, or Hyundai Tucson, but a lot more than I'd be prepared to pay for a CUV without any built-in nav and crappy driving dynamics, however good looking it really is from the proper viewing angles. I came far away from this review feeling rather frustrated. I had high wants the Eclipse Cross, and not because in the name. Stupid stereo aside, Mitsubishi has been doing a good job with packaging, as well as the engine has real promise, though the driving dynamics are pretty terrible, and I'm not talking not fun to drive terrible, I'm talking really unpleasant and anything but glass smooth pavement terrible. I will deliver Mitsubishi credit to begin with. They provided so much to complain this I never even had the perfect time to contemplate whether or not they should have resurrected the Eclipse name. 2018 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross specifications. Price $24,425, $32,310 BAS tested. Engine 1.5 liters turbocharged DOC 16-valve I-4152 HP at 5,500 revolutions per minute, 184 lb-ft at 3,500 revolutions per minute. Transmission continuously variable automatic. Layout 4-door, 5-passenger, front engine, AWD SUV. EPA mileage 2,526 miles per gallon city hui. LXWXH 173.4 by 71.1 by 66.3 inches, wheelbase 105.1 out of. Weight 3,322 pounds, 060 miles per hour, 9.0 seconds. Top speed 118 miles per hour.